Yo, what's up, guys? It's Mixnob here, and I'll be sharing with you how I mix my low ends. In this video, I'll be showing you how I mix my kick, and in the next video, I'll be sharing with you how I mix my bass. So in the previous video, I showed you how I mixed my melodies, my percussions, my effects, and all other effect sets I used on the bosses. So you can check that out. The link is on the description below, and also watch other videos as well to follow up. Before I show you what I did on the low end, I'm going to play a before and after so you can hear how the low end sounds before mixing and how it sounds after mixing. So you can hear how the low end sounds after engaging the plugins. You can hear how the kick is cutting through more and how the bass is sitting properly without any interference with the kick. So let me show you what I did. So if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed yet, please do so to help grow the channel. Also click on the like and notification button as well so you'll be notified when I drop the next video. So let's start with the low end mix bus. So the first plugin I added is this EQ right here. The same EQ I used on my percussions and my melodies and also the effects. The same EQ I'm using. So around 125 hertz, I removed minus 1.5 dB. If I pull this back up, you will notice how much low end that is in this area. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So yeah, I put that out because I don't want the vocals to fight the kick or the low end in this area. That's what I did on this particular frequency. So around the 8 kilohertz, I removed minus 1.7, and around the 16 kilohertz, I put that minus 2.3 dB. I just want to shape the low end, so that's why I'm taking them out. Then on my drive, I increased the drive to 10 as usual. Then on the output model, I'm using the console, the smooth console EQ. That's what I use. My phase is on natural and my volume is the same. So I'm going to play for you so you can hear how it sounds with and without this um, equalizer. If you're using your phone to listen to this, you won't really hear what this EQ is doing. But if you're on your headphones or good studio monitor, then you can hear what that EQ was doing. So the next plugin I added is this Abbey Road Vine. This is just to add more warmth to the kick. It's really not doing much. I'm using this preset, more warmth, and as usual, I removed all the noise, all the crackle, and all the clicks because I don't want this lo-fi or vine sound. So that's what I did with this plugin. Then the next plugin I used is the overdrive. Now this is just to add more character and give it a little bit of volume. And on the drive I reduced to 0. I think it was at 6 when I put it up. When I inserted the plugin it was at 6, and this frequency here was around 9. Can't really remember. So what I did was to reduce the drive because I didn't want any distortion, and increase the tone to 20,000 hertz, just to let it affect the whole of the frequencies. So that's what I did. So I'm going to play a before and after using these two plugins so you can hear what they are doing. So the last plugin I used is the CLA mixdown. I reduced my terrible to -9, and my bass is on 0. Then the drive, I increased the drive to about 5.1 decibel. I needed more drive on this plugin. Then my glue, which was the reason why I used this on my mix bus, is the glue. So this is a compressor, like I told you before in previous videos. This is a compressor. I'm increasing the glue to 10 decibel. Now I'm using the one because I needed more punchy sound. This is a more punchy sound, and why this one is more of a vintage and controlled sound. So I needed more punchy sound. That's why I'm using this particular one. So that's all I did on the CLA. I'm going to play a before and after so you can hear how it sounds with and without this CLA plugin. So you can hear how glued this low end sounds. I'm going to play it one more time with and without all these plugins I added so you can really hear what it's doing. Now let me show you what I did on the kick to make it stand out. But before then, I'm going to play a before and after so you can hear how the kick sounds before mixing and how it sounds after mixing. Then I will explain all I did on the kick. So you can hear how loud it was before I engage the plugin. So as soon as I engage the plugin, the volume dropped, and I'm going to explain to you why I did all that. So the first plugin I used on the kick is the EQ, and what I did with the EQ is to remove a little bit of the low end and moving 20 hertz. So everything below 20 hertz is not needed on this kick. So I'm using the low shelf filter to remove 20 hertz, actually 20.5 hertz on the low end. I'm reducing 20 dB from the low end. So even if I'm playing it before and after, you won't notice anything because everything below 20 hertz is gone. Like you really can't hear it. I'm just trying to avoid any rumble or any distortion or anything. That's why I took that out. The next thing I added is a trim plugin or a gain plugin. This is to reduce the volume of the kick to gain stage the kick because the kick was coming in too hot, so I had to reduce it a bit. So let me play it before and after so you can hear what this gain is doing. Yeah, so this is just to reduce the gain, the loudness of the kick. Then the next plugin I added is this PewTech, this the wave version. So what I'm doing is I'm boosting low end. So I'm boosting everything below 100 hertz. I'm boosting it about 4 decibel and I'm attenuating 5 decibel to shape it in a certain way. This is like a trick most engineers use to shape their low end. So that's what I did. Then I went further to shape my band and boosted everything above 10K. I boosted 2.9 decibels, so almost 3 dB. So that's what I'm doing with this PewTech EQ. And yeah, I reduced the gain to minus 5 decibel just to control the volume a bit. So I reduced the output gain to minus 5 decibel. So I'm going to play it before and after so you can hear what this PewTech is doing. So if you paid close attention, you will notice that my kick became more controlled and still stands strong with this Putec shaping that low frequency a bit. It made it more controlled, right? So that's what I'm doing with this particular Putec. The last thing I'm adding to this kick is the send. Let me show you this right here. I think I have to change this to low byte because I'm adding more of distortion to the kick, and this should be low sub. This for the bass. I'm going to talk about that in the next video. But the reason why I'm changing this to low byte is because I'm using a distortion and emulation plugin, a saturation and emulation plugin to add more power and let it cut through smaller speakers. So that's it. So the first plugin I'm using, or the plugins I use, they are pretty much the same. This NLS Boss plugin. So I'm really not doing much on this plugin. Drive is on 0, the trim is on 0, and the VCA group is on 1. Here is on 1. That is what I did on this particular one. And I'm using the Niveau settings on this. The second one is the same thing. I'm using Spike. Drive on 0, the trim is on 0. Then the thing that changed is the VCA group. Here is on 2. That is on 2. Then the third one is mic. Drive is on 0, the trim is on 0, and this one is on 3. And here the group is on 3. So that's what I did on this plugin. Then I added this J37 and increase the saturation. This is the default setting. Only thing I did was to increase the saturation just to give it a little bit of distortion. Like I said before, this is just to add more power so it can cut through smaller speakers. So let me exaggerate this and then play with and without it so you can hear what it's doing. So you can hear how this is adding a little bit of bite, not a little bit, just adding more bite to the kick to make it cut through the speakers. I'm going to play it again before and after so you can hear what these plugins and this send is doing on the kick. It's actually more controlled the way it is, despite the fact that there is a change in volume. I feel this kick is cutting through more and it's more controlled compared to the way it was sounding when I didn't use all these plugins on it. So I feel it's more controlled compared to before. So guys, this is how I do my stuff. This is how I mix my kick. If you feel there's anything I mixed out or I didn't explain very well, please do well to leave it on the comment section. You can also DM me. My handle is on the description. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel to help grow the channel and also encourage me as well. Click on the like button, share, and also on the notification button to be notified when I'm dropping the next video. See you soon.